welcome to the Highland Park Spotlight. I'm your host, Keisha B, and it is going to be an awesome show. I am so sorry. I got all these different devices. We are live right now on Instagram, on TikTok. We are live across all the different devices. So shout out to everyone that's watching online. Shout out to everybody that's watching on television and on the website, right? So today is a great day. I hope that you're enjoying your day thus far. And I have a good friend of mine who I came to be good friends with by working here in Highland Park. And I have Officer Beard in studio with me today. So thank you for coming out. And for those who don't know who Officer Beard is, he is the animal control officer here in the city of Highland Park. So it's dope to have you on air finally, okay? Because people have been asking. And I just want to say thank you again.
Thank you for the invite to come in, the news with you.
All right. So how long have you actually been a animal control officer, and what inspired you to actually pursue a career in this role?
So I become an animal control officer in about, let's say, late 2019.
Okay.
So I started in Detroit, then I came over to Highland Park. So ever since then, I've been animal control.
What inspired you to actually pursue this career? Was it something that you just was like, you know what, the door is open, I'm gonna go ahead and jump in the role, or was it that you just felt drawn to the position itself?
So basically, I felt drawn to the position. So basically, I'm like, I want to help people that can't find their dogs or cats that's lost, and be able to help citizens with recovering their lost animal or their pets and giving them information on how to make sure their pets are fine.
Okay, so 2019, you say you came. Well, when did you come to Highland Park?
And so late 2019. So
late 2019.
So we just say 2020. Then make it it's not good. 2020.
Okay, so was it? So when were you with Detroit?
I was with Detroit in 2016, so about 2016.
Okay, so which
But it was in a different position when I was in Detroit. I swapped over to animal control after. So I was in animal control in Detroit about 2018, 2019.
Oh, okay.
So then I swapped over here at late 19 to City of Highland Park.
Oh, well, fun fact, right? So we got some fun facts. All right, so what's some of the biggest challenges you actually face in this position?
Biggest challenges is citizens don't want to comply. Hey, when you ask them questions or try to help them recover their animals or anything like that.
That's the biggest thing?
Yeah, really. Yeah, you get a lot of citizens that don't want to talk to you, or you come in contact with them, we recover an animal and it belongs to them. And then, ask them what happened, how their dog got lost or their, cat got lost, or then they don't want to tell you, hey, this what happened or anything, so.
Well, I mean, maybe because sometimes, it might be our fault. Because I ain't gonna hold you up. I've had 3 dogs at one point, right? All at the same time. Well, I've had more than 3 dogs, but at this one particular point in life, I had 3 dogs, and my dog Capone, who I absolutely loved and adored, Capone would get out, okay? And sometimes, now there was one time I actually forgot to actually lock the gate, and so it was my fault that he got loose, and thank God he didn't hurt nobody, because Capone just wanted to play, you know. But I get it. Sometimes we don't want to take the accountability for our pets, but hey, it happens. But so are dogs the most common animals that you deal with here in Highland Park?
Yes, the most common, yes, is the dogs. We do have some deers and coyotes, but it's dogs really that's we deal with right now.
So we got coyotes?
Yes.
Nah. I don't know about coyotes, man. Yeah. So would you say that's been more your most difficult animal or the most dangerous animal that you face here?
The
coyote.
Well, we don't deal with them. We send them to DNR. So Michigan DNR deals with all the stuff like that.
Okay. So what is it that you deal with? Because I know the dogs. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I deal with domesticated animals, so cats and dogs.
Oh, that's it?
Yes.
He don't deal with nothing else, y'all. Just cats and dogs. All right. So, DNR, they step in. Do you contact them when you're out, or how does that relationship work?
So I usually reach out. So if we get a sighting of like a deer or coyote, like say citizens that say, hey, we have coyotes over here, I reach out to them and say, hey, this is the location, and they just put it in the database or reach out to a field agent, but they mostly just tell me to relay to the citizens, do not mess with the coyotes, they won't mess with you,
Okay.
or don't feed them or anything like that.
Because I know that sometimes we come across things, and so in our minds, sometimes we will think that you have more power than maybe you do, right? So with you being the animal control officer, we may tend to say, okay, well, Highland Park has an animal control officer. We got a deer, that's messing up my trees in the backyard, or a coyote that ran up,
Right.
so we need you to step in, but you're now explaining that that's not something that you do.
We would come out. I would make the location and come out there and verify everything, and then I would relay it to the appropriate authorities after that, and then let the citizens know or the property owner what's going on.
So would you happen to know approximately how long would it take for them to come out versus after? So say you get a call like, yo, I got a coyote, I got a deer, I got a snake, I got something in my yard, right?
Mm-hmm.
You come out, you verify location. How long after you make contact with, who is it, DNR?
Yeah, dinner.
Okay. So how long after you make contact with them do they respond? Or do you not know that?
I do not know because they have a whole different reporting system. So they're for the whole state of Michigan. So they have a whole process that they got to go through. So we can reach out to them, and then they just they either contact us back or they say they come out there. That's all. So they don't give us anything else other than tell the citizens don't mess with the coyote or whatever is going on. They reach out to us.
Okay. So as y'all hear, okay, because we get calls coming into City Hall, and it's like we understand that these things may be happening, but we only have so much of a reach, which is why I wanted to have you on the show, so people that are watching, people that may watch this later, can have some understanding as to what you deal with and how you deal with it. And so now we have an understanding that you don't know when DNR is going to come out to actually take care of those difficult and dangerous animals that we may come across. So when we have pets, we have this strong bond with them, right? So
Yes.
we have a strong bond with our pets. I don't say my pets, but that's not easily broken.
Right.
Right. So how do you deal with emotionally charged situations involving animals and their owners?
Nah, like I said, that's a different one because a lot of citizens do not want to, work with us dealing with cases or anything going on with, like I said, depends on what's going on. So I try, like I said, I be respectful and try to say, hey, this is what we're doing. We need this information or whatever the case is. I try to work with them so they can, be able to help us speed through it. If not, I will let our partners know, the Highland Park Police, say, hey, I need help with this. They're not cooperating. So, hey, can we do something so we can get what we need to finish our process?
Yeah, because I know that sometimes, when our pets get lost, because our pets is like our kids.
Yes.
Especially for like the older generation, they have their little pet buddies, and they go with them all everywhere.
Yes.
Who calls while I'm on air? like no, we don't do that. But I know for some, right? Because I've had some clients and I've dealt with some that actually was really, really tied to their pets, and their pets got lost.
Definitely.
And it's a frantic situation,
Right.
Now for this entire city, it's just you, right?
Yes.
It's just you.
Just me.
Just you.
Right.
I just want to clarify that. I want people to understand it's just him. for the city. Although we're 2.97 square miles, there's still a lot of residents here, and it's just him. So what do you think is some of the biggest misconceptions about animal control officers?
Misconceptions, I would say, let's see.
That's a question that's gonna make you think, huh?
Yeah, right. Misconceptions. Man. A misconception. What would you say?
I done stumped him, y'all.
Right,
I done stumped him. Come on, I know you got an answer somewhere.
Like I said, I really don't. I don't know, because I usually, if anything, I usually try to help with whatever goes on, and I try to get the resource to whatever is going on. So basically, I just try to find the answer to anything that's what I deal with in the field.
Okay. Well, I digress. I digress. All right, because I know that your job, I wouldn't say, is it easy? Would you call it easy?
No, because like I said, so me just being the only one, I have to do my whole, like, if I got a case, I got to start the investigation, I got to do the whole thing that with the police side would do, because animal control and, the police, they work together and everything. But on me, for just doing animal control, I have a whole bunch. I have to follow up on cases, follow up on what's going on, start my own thing. Then if I have a case, I have to send it. If I have to, get charges, I have to send it to the prosecutor, everything. So it's a lot just doing it, by yourself. So it's a process.
Okay.
So some days, like I say, you'll see, like, some days it'll be easier than others.
Okay. So is it a lot of paperwork that you have to do throughout the process?
Yes, it's a lot. It's definitely, keeping up with paperwork and making sure that, the chain of evidence and everything like that. So definitely.
All right. Well, we are only a few minutes in. Well, I say about 12, 13 minutes in. But we are going to take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about his role as a animal control officer, what that means for you as a resident, some of the ways that you can keep your pets safe, and I'm going to give him the floor as well. So stay tuned, right? Stay tuned here. Highland Park Spotlight. I'm your girl, Keisha B., and we'll return right after this.
Muscles, joints, or feet tired, achy, or distressed? Tried everything? Ringmaster Rubbing Oil is a vintage topical pain reliever, trusted for over 70 years, with a rich formula for the treatment of stubborn aches and pains. Packaged in a glass bottle for purity, our liquid can also be used in warm water for foot soaks and compresses. A little goes a long way. Try our time-tested formula, available in several sizes.
Make a donation to WHBR-TV and receive 2 2-ounce bottles of Ringmaster Rubbing Oil for $25. Call 313-868-6612.
Justice for Mario Willis. Truth. Facts. Evidence. Matter. Log into justiceformariowillis.com. Read for yourself.
Is arthritis, rheumatism, inflammation holding you back? Even ladies' menstrual cycle pain? Order Hurt No More. It's all natural and it works fast. Go to 86pain.com.
I played in the NFL back in the 60s. We could have used Hurt No More after every game. I could have used something to relieve my pain.
If you've got pain, I've got the answer. Hurt No More. Wherever the pain is, it'll grab it fast.
86 to Pain. Go to 86pain.com.
Have you ever wanted your own TV show? Have you dreamed of showcasing your talent for the world to see? Well, now you can. Have your own TV show. You can have your own 30-minute show Not only will you be seen in the Detroit area, but you can be viewed worldwide. For more information, call 313-868-6612. Visit our studios and receive a free TV interview to promote your business, church, or organization by appointment only.
Welcome back to the Highland Park Spotlight. I'm your host, Keisha B, and I have Officer Beard in studio with me today, Animal Control Officer for the City of Highland Park. And we have just been having a conversation in regards to the beginning of his career and some of the most common animals that he deal with. And come to find out, we got coyotes, and I didn't even know. So keep your head on a swivel. But, it's interesting to find out that he can only do so much, that your capacity is just animals, is just dogs and cats when it comes to the animals.
Correct.
And then anything outside of that is the Michigan
Michigan Department of Natural Resources.
That one, Department of Natural Resources would step in to handle the rest. So we know now that he has no clue as to how long it would take DNR to actually come out to handle coyotes and deer and snakes and all that other stuff. So, hey, be careful. I guess that's what we got, because we can only do so much. So I appreciate you again for being here on the show. And I wanted to open this section up to some tips and tricks for pet owners, right? Mm-hmm. So what are some tips that you can give them to help make sure that their animals stay safe, and so the residents stay safe as well?
So I got some tips. So basically, I tell everyone I usually come in contact, hey, if they don't have their dog or cat microchip, make sure you get a microchip, because if they get out, like I said, loose or anything, and we pick them up, or go to a shelter, they always scan and see if there's a microchip inside. So what the microchip does is it gives us information of who's the owner, the contact information, and to let you know that we have your animal.
Okay. So microchip, what about the collars? Are collars good, or is it just,
So if state law requires, every dog have a collar with a license. So whatever you live at, where you live in Highland Park, Detroit, anywhere in Michigan, they require you to get your dog license and to be affixed to the collar.
So the microchip is in addition to the collar.
The microchip is an add-on if you want it. It's just for your protection. So if your animal gets out, you can when it picks up, we'll be able to contact the owner and be able to get the process back.
Okay. So do you know how much that microchip is? Because, I'm just asking. You don't have to know, but I'm just asking because, sometimes we may be in situations where we just can't afford certain things. So the collar may be the only thing that we could do. But do you have a roundabout idea as far as how much that may cost?
Sometimes they be they have a lot of events that do free pet clinics. So they add a microchip in free. As long as we do rabies and everything for free. You can find pet clinics, but if you can't find a pet clinic, I believe a microchip is probably, you can't quote me on it, but I say anywhere for probably for $10 to $20 just for a microchip.
Okay. All right, so that's a roundabout. We don't know for sure, but that's a roundabout. So please don't go somewhere talking about they said on TV it was $10, $20 and it's $50. We don't know, but we're just speculating at this point.
Right.
But the free pet clinics, do you happen to know of any?
I don't. I was going to reach out to Michigan Humane's to do one for Highland Park for the residents. So if any citizens doesn't have any pet their dog license or their dog rabies, they can come to the clinic and get their dog for license and their shot for free.
Okay. So do you have more complaints concerning one issue in particular, or is it multiple issues that you see constantly on a day-to-day basis?
So we get a lot of complaints about dogs running at large or dogs making noise or barking. So we got a lot of noise complaints or a lot of dogs at large.
How do you deal with barking dogs? Because I know my dog, every time he would go outside, every single time he go outside, he starts barking. Only because he wants to come in, right? So it's not like we can actually put a muzzle on our dog
Right.
to just be like, shut up. So sometimes I might want to. But what are some of the ways that we could kind of deal with those issues? Because I know, it's going to happen. If
Right.
you have a dog is going to bark regardless of whatever we try and do, whether that dog is in the house, outside, walking. A dog is just naturally born to bark. Right. That's the way they communicate. So how would we deal with a barking dog?
So I usually make it, if I get a complaint of a noise complaining, I usually go visit it, see what's going on. Because sometimes the dog barking, there may be something going on, or they just barking to bark. So I assess it when I get to the location and see like what's going on. But if it's like a certain time, like this, I believe it's a noise complaint time after like 8 or 10 o'clock. After that, then it'll be it'd be a problem, because at nighttime that's when you're supposed to have all the noise down and everything. So once it's past that time, then it'd be a further assessment, like what's going on, or if the dog is outside, why is the dog not in the house or something like that.
Okay. So I know we have an ordinance in place as far as the city of Highland Park is it in regards to pets? Do we?
Yeah, we have a whole section 608 for the animal side.
Oh, okay. So it's in the ordinance as far as like the noise complaint, the noise time, is that in there?
The time is not in there, but it follows either the state law or the city ordinance that talks about the noise complaint time.
Okay. Now, let's say pets are rescued.
Yes.
Right? So let's say, dog gets out, dog roaming around. You find the dog, you pick up the dog. You know what's funny? Is I was debating whether or not I was going to say this on air, but every time I think about you as the animal control officer, I think about the movie Friday because the dad, was going out to pick up the dogs, and he slipped and fell. But that's what I think about. But you have that, you have that role as far as making sure that dogs are picked up. So when you pick the dog up and you take them to, is it the shelter?
Yeah, we take them to the shelter.
You take them to the shelter. How would a pet owner go about retrieving their dogs or their cats, or what would the process be?
If we pick up any pets or animals, we take them to Michigan Humane Westland. So we got
Westland.
We got a contract with them, so they take care of all our animals whenever we pick them up.
Why Westland? That's far.
That's Michigan Westland. We're not the only one, so Hamtramck uses them also.
Oh, so they have multiple contracts
Yes.
with multiple municipalities.
Yes.
So that's the main
branch for outside, because Detroit has one, but theirs is just strictly for Detroit, I heard.
Okay. So unfortunately, we got to go to Westland.
Yes.
We got to go to Westland, but it's only because they handle the rest of the municipalities. So I guess. Still, it's a little far.
Yeah,
because there's that
drive.
one right there off 75.
Right.
So
I wish it was there too.
why we can't go right there? Because that's one heck of a hike. Because that's about what, 25 minutes?
30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Yeah, 30 minutes.
Hey, at that point, man, it's better to lock your dogs up and make sure they don't get out instead of having to run all the way to Westland, because that's just gas at that point. All right. So, how can people get in contact with you per se?
So we have a non-emergency line. You can either call the non-emergency line at 313-852-7338, option 2. Or if you want to speak to me directly, you can dial that same number and then put in my extension. It will be 499.
Okay, so I'm going to need you to repeat the number, but slow down a bit. We ain't even had an opportunity to pull the pen out. I mean, you got finished with that number fairly quickly. So just repeat, please.
The number would be 313-852-7338.
There we go. All right. And then Option 2.
Option 2, if you want to speak to the police desk, or if you want to speak to me directly, it would be extension 499.
499. Okay. Awesome. So what's some, because I know you got to leave. You had some calls come in, so I don't want to keep you too much longer. I'm going to keep you till about 12:30 though. 12:30, 12:35. So just know you here till then. But will you be doing like an educational informational for the public in regards to like pet ownership and responsible pet ownership and what to do, what not to do? Because I think it would be important to have something like that for the residents here in Highland Park. What you think?
Yeah, that would definitely be important. So, like, since Michigan Humane handles all our intakes and does all our shelter resources, I'll reach out to them and say, hey, can we get a truck out here, because they have all the resources, everything, be able to tell what's going on, so we can get citizens registered and updated about pet information and what's going on. So I can reach out to Michigan Humane and see if they got anything available and schedule out. Then if I get that, I can pass it over to you, and you can be able to.
Dang, why I gotta pass over to me? I'm trying to throw it to you, alley-oop. You supposed to take it and slam dunk it, and not pass the ball back.
Yeah.
But all right, so we're gonna actually, I guess we gotta put this together now, because I was trying to toss it over to him for him to do it, but it's all right. So we're gonna do an educational, informational, and resource fair in regards to pet ownership. So please stay tuned for that. I think the best month for that would probably be August.
It all depends on whenever the availability is. So most likely probably July, August, but it'll probably be, I have to check it out for sure from them.
August, not July. August.
I'll check and see what they have available.
All right, so August, I'm thinking August for this. This would probably be great in August. August is not a really hot month, I don't think, but hopefully not. But we're gonna put something together, because I think it's important for residents to know what to do, what not to do, how to. Oh, and maybe they can possibly do the microchips on site.
Yeah, possibly. But everything should be there. Probably I'll be there too, so they can do the pet registrations if their dog's not registered.
Okay. So I do have a question. Is there a limit to how many dogs you can have in your home, or how many dogs you got, period? Because I had 3 at one point, so I was gonna add another. But I know each city may be different. But is there a limit to how many dogs we should have within our home?
Yeah, so the current limit is 3. So state law says 3 dogs per household, unless you're a breeder. Then if you have a breeder, it's a certain thing. Certain steps you have to do to become a breeder. Then you can have, a certain amount over 3. I believe the breeder you can have, how many. You just have to follow once you step over 3, you basically becoming a breeder.
Okay. And then the process. So let's say, for instance, someone is watching the show and they have like 5, right?
Right.
Would they be able to just be licensed as a breeder? Like, because, we don't want to give up our dogs.
Right.
Right. So if we file paperwork that we're a breeder, how would we be able to do that, or how would we go about that process, or So
the state handles the breeder license and everything, so they would have to contact the state and be able to get all the paperwork to become a breeder, because the state regulates the breeder license and everything like that, and they reach down to us and say, hey, here's the information, and then we'll follow up from there.
So okay. Because I'm just thinking about different situations that may arise, right? So let's say somebody makes a noise complaint. We're just going to say somebody makes a noise complaint. You come out and you realize, I got 4 dogs. What happens? Because, these things might happen. I don't know. But hey.
Right. So if I find that the person has more than 3 dogs, and like I say, they have more than 3, I will work with them and say, hey, how many dogs you have? And then, after that, they say, all right, I have 4. So I say, hey, is there anywhere that I know you over the 3, the limit. I would tell them, hey, the limit is 3 per household. So is there any way that you can, give your dog or to somebody else or figure out what something to work it out, just not just, give it up. But we have to, it's a hard thing, it's a hard thing because you get a lot of pushback. So it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a certain, you just have to take your steps and move it along. But it's definitely, it's a hard.
Yeah, because I ain't trying to part ways with my dog. So let's say you come to my house and you like, okay, you have 4, limit is 3. That's the state law.
Right.
The state law is 3. So you say, okay, well, you have to find a spot for one of your dogs to
Right.
go. And I say, I don't want my dog to go nowhere. Right? Is it possible that I could be fined? What are some of the repercussions for not following along with the state law? Because although, we get attached to our pets, and maybe we just moved maybe we just moved to the state of Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we don't know, maybe we just kind of moved here and we got like 4 or 5 dogs and we don't know that the state limit is 3.
Right.
And I've been with my dogs for 15 years and I'm not trying to, maybe 15. Maybe we're not trying to part ways right now. Mm-hmm. What are some of is there any steps that can be taken to kind of rectify the situation in a least damaging way, or what's some of the repercussions if I was not to follow along with that?
So if you would not follow along with just, say, hey, here's a warning, I will have to, I'll write a citation. Then once I write a citation, the citation is basically say you're over the limit and you have to go to court and explain why you're over the limit. And then it'll be up to the judge to say, hey, what we going to do with this animal that's over, or how many ever. So it'd be up to the judge to say, hey, we have to get rid of these dogs, or it's up to the judge or whatever the final disposition will be.
So the fate of the dogs will be in the judge's hand.
Right.
Now, if the judge, let's say hypothetically speaking, the judge is like, well, you can keep those dogs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I get another complaint. And then it's like, well, the judge told me I could keep my dog. So then what?
I don't know. I don't know.
You haven't had a situation like that yet?
Not like that yet.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm just picking and prying because, these are some of the questions that people ask, and, some people just may not know. And I just want to make sure that I think about all the different scenarios and different things that could happen. And so I'm just trying to figure it all out in my brain. So I appreciate it. So state law is 3. You're not supposed to have more than 3. And if our pets are rescued, it's the Michigan Humane Society in Westland.
Right.
But we need to make sure that our pets are licensed, you say?
Licensed.
So who does the licensing?
This City Hall. City Hall does our licensing.
So we have to come here to City Hall to license. Is that all animals? Is that our cats too, or just dogs?
Just dogs.
Just dogs. All right. So dogs got to be licensed. What about cats? Cats don't have.
No.
So they don't need a collar.
No, they don't need nothing.
They don't need a microchip.
No. So the microchip is optional if you want to, like say you get lost and we pick up a cat or a dog and we can identify who it belong to.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess people are more afraid of dogs than cats. So it's, but I think it's important for all animals, whether it's a cat or a dog, to actually have a microchip or a collar. But the dogs have to be licensed. Go City Hall to get that. They would go to
the city clerk's office.
The clerk's office. All right. And all right, I'm at my limit with you. So any last words? Anything you want residents to know? Anything you want to put out there? Or the floor is yours.
Basically, how to say for all animals, get you cats and dogs microchip. If you haven't got your dog already licensed, go get the dog license. If you live in the city of Highland Park, there's you can go to the Highland Park website and visit all the information dealing with animal control. It would be under Highland Park / services / animal control. So anything dealing with animal control you can find out there, dealing how the process, how to get your dog license, and getting any information in our hours and everything like that.
Okay. And one more time, if you can give your contact information for people that may have tuned into the show a little late. If you can give your phone number, and then you have a Facebook page too, don't you?
For the city?
For animal control?
Yes.
All right. So go ahead, get that info.
The phone number, if you would like to contact, would be 313-852-7338. Option 2, if you would like to speak to me, it'd be extension 499, same number, 313-852-7338, extension 499. And we have a city Facebook. It's the City of Highland Park Animal Control.
Okay. So if you're on social media, you can find it there. And what we can do is, for those that's following the Facebook page for the City of Highland Park, we will make sure that the link for the animal control page is on the Facebook page for the City of Highland Park. But it can be reached through the website, www.highlandparkmi.gov/ it's under the services.
Yeah, I believe it's services / animal control.
All right. So it's under the services link, and you'll be able to find animal control right there. And I know that he has to go because his phone was ringing. So that means it's something happening out here. So I can't keep him too much longer. So again, Officer Beard, I appreciate you being here, coming on the show today. And you guys need to stay tuned because I got resources. It's more than events coming up than resources. So stay tuned. We're going to take another commercial break. And when we come back, I have some information for you guys. Thank you for watching and keep it locked right here. Yep.
I'm Wayne County Treasurer Eric Sabri. We are living through unprecedented times. As a result, the Michigan Homeowner Assistance Fund was created. This fund, administered by the state of Michigan, is designed to help homeowners cope with pandemic-related hardships, such as delinquent property taxes. Residents may apply for up to $25,000 to help cover 2019, 2020, and 2021 tax years. Previous year's taxes must be paid in full or in a payment agreement with the Treasurer's office. Eligible homeowners must have a qualified financial hardship that occurred on or after January 21st, 2020. You must currently own and occupy your home as your primary residence and must have owned it since January 21st, 2020. To see if you qualify, please visit waynemetro.org, call 313-388-9799, or email taxinfo@waynecounty.com. We're here to help.
The Detroit Water and Sewerage Department is looking for motivated Detroiters to be a part of our team. We have opportunities for field services technicians, engineers, and customer service specialists with competitive pay and benefits. Make a real difference with the work you do every day. Join other Detroiters who are taking part protecting the pipes where we live, work, and play. Learn more and apply at detroitmi.gov/jobs. DWSD, working hard for you. At the Detroit Water and Sewerage Department, we're working hard to protect pipes by cleaning public sewer lines to reduce flooding and speeding up the replacement of lead service lines. Protect your pipes with 3 easy tips. Pour grease into containers, toss wipes in the trash can, and check for running toilets, leaky pipes, and dripping faucets. For more tips, go to detroitmi.gov/protect pipes. DWSD, working hard to protect pipes for you.
Muscles, joints, or feet tired, achy, or distressed? Tried everything? Ringmaster Rubbing Oil is a vintage topical pain reliever, trusted for over 70 years, with a rich formula for the treatment of stubborn aches and pains. Packaged in a glass bottle for purity, our liquid can also be used in warm water for foot soaks and compresses. A little goes a long way. Try our time-tested formula, available in several sizes.
Make a donation to WHBR TV and receive two 2-ounce bottles of Ringmaster Rubbing Oil for $25. Call 313-868-6612.
Welcome back to the Highland Park Spotlight. I'm your host, Keisha B., and thank you guys for tuning in. If you missed the earlier part of the show, I had Officer Antonio Beard here in studio, and we discussed animal control because he is our animal control officer here in the city of Highland Park, and we shared some really good information. So please make sure that you are signed up for email and or text updates from the city. If you have not done so, please visit the website, highlandparkmi.gov, and in the upper right-hand corner, you will see the option for email updates. Please make sure that you sign up for that, because after speaking with him, there will be a informational session happening very soon in regards to being able to properly take care of your pets. And we may, if we're able to work it out, have the Michigan Humane Society come out to assist with microchipping your dogs. So please stay tuned for that. Make sure that you sign up for those text and email updates. But at this point, I have some of the upcoming events here for the city of Highland Park. So if you don't have pen or paper, please make sure that you grab it. Grab something to write this stuff down with, because I don't want you to miss the information. So the very first thing that I do want to discuss is that there is Chat with the Chief tonight. Chat with the Chief came about because we needed to figure out a way to bridge the gap between the police department and the residents. And this way people can come in to discuss their needs, discuss things that are happening, their concerns, and have an opportunity to talk with the chief, but at the same time have various speakers come out to speak with the residents as well. So tonight is Chat with the Chief. It's going to be located at the Police Department headquarters on Hamilton, 13233 Hamilton Avenue. It's going to start at 6 o'clock tonight. Today we have Deputy Secretary of State who will be visiting us and talking. And then we have Kevin Fisher, who will also be present, who is with the Mental Health Institute. So please come out if you have the availability. Again, that is tonight at 6 o'clock. There will be light snacks and refreshments. We're not serving dinner, okay? We're providing snacks and refreshments. And this will be a good informational for you to attend. This will be located at 13233 Hamilton here in Highland Park. Again, Chat with the Chief. So that is tonight and tomorrow. So if you have not formed your block club, please come out tomorrow. This is the citywide block club meeting. So I know that there's various block clubs that have their meetings on certain days and times, but tomorrow is the citywide block club meeting. So we're asking all block club presidents, vice presidents, treasurers, secretaries, we're asking all members to come out tomorrow to the Highland Park Fire Department at 6 p.m. Again, this is the block club, citywide block club meeting. We have some information that needs to be discussed. So there is an agenda set for tomorrow. So please come out to the Highland Park Fire Department tomorrow at 6 p.m., which is located at 24 Gerald Street for those who do not know. And this happens every fourth Thursday, and Chat with the Chief is every fourth Wednesday. So please make sure that you have that on your calendar for tomorrow night. And tonight is Chat with the Chief. So I hope to see you guys there. So there are a couple of things coming up that I did want to make sure that you were notified of. July 4th, which is a Tuesday. All right. City Hall will be closed. So please do not come to City Hall on Tuesday expecting for us to be there, because we won't. That is the holiday. We will be open on the 3rd, which is the Monday prior. We will be open, but on the 4th, we will be closed, and we will resume again on Wednesday, the 5th. So the mayor of Highland Park, Miss Glenda McDonald, she has been doing Coffee and Conversations. Coffee and Conversations is every second Wednesday of the month. Reason being is because she wants to make sure that she's out in the community, that she's able to communicate with those who are in attendance, that they can express their concerns and some of the things that's happening. And the last few Coffee and Conversations has been extremely successful. So if you're able to make it out on the 12th, so July 12th will be the next one, she has a 10 a.m. session and then a 5 p.m. session. So they last approximately an hour, sometimes about an hour and 15 minutes or so. It will be held at the Dunkin' Donuts right there on Woodward in the plaza with the Audis and the churches. So please come out on July 12th. It starts, the first one is at 10 a.m. and the second one is at 5 p.m. Also, we have Walk the City with Mayor McDonald. That will take place July 8th. So please make sure that you come out for that. The flyer will go up on the social media site, and then also the flyers in regards to any of the events that I'm talking about will be sent out via text and email updates, which again is important for you to sign up so that way you can actually get this stuff to your email or to your phone, because every month I email it out. So again, the Walk the City with Mayor McDonald will be on July 8th. The starting location is to be determined as of right now, but the flyer will go out within the next 48 hours or so. So please make sure you sign up for those text and email updates. There is a veterans informational event. So shout out to Adam Hollier, who is over the Veterans Affairs Agency for the state of Michigan. And we've been in contact with his office. And so we're having an event July 14th, which is a Friday. We're going to have a lunch and learn with the Michigan Veterans Affairs Agency. This is specifically for those who serve the country. And we salute you and we thank you for your service. But this informational is specifically for you to discuss different things that are available to you, different programs, different opportunities, how to get in contact with certain people, and how to learn about your benefits. So if you are able, July 14th, which is a Friday, from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m., we will be at the Ernest T. Ford Rec Center right there on 10 Pickens Street in Highland Park. Food and drinks will be served, and we do ask that you RSVP. Now, the reason we ask for this RSVP is so that we can make sure that we have enough food and enough drinks on site, and then we have enough packets to give out as well. So if you are going to attend, please email info@highlandparkmi.gov. Again, that's info@highlandpark.gov to make sure that your seat is saved and that you are registered for that opportunity. So I have to give I do have to acknowledge the senior coordinator here for the city of Highland Park. She is doing an amazing job, Ms. Bernadette Hudgens. She has a list full of senior activities happening for the month of July. So I did want to go down that list while I had an opportunity. All right. So they are still looking to add a weekly silver sneakers exercise class this summer. If you are interested, please call the senior department at 313-252-0050, extension 242. Again, this is for the weekly Silver Sneakers exercise classes. If you're interested, please call 313-252-0050, extension 242. Monday, July 3rd, there is a pilot. So the reason why I say pilot is because this is going to be the first one. We're attempting to do this for the first time. So I wanted to make sure that you guys knew about this. So this is a pilot bus trip to Myers from the Gabrielle Apartments. So this is the very first one. So please don't say, oh, well, you guys didn't come to this apartment or you didn't come over this way. We're making sure that we're able to hit each apartment building, but this is the very first one. Bus trip to Meyer from the Gabrielle Apartments, 1:30 p.m. to 3 p.m. So please make sure that you are downstairs and ready to rock and roll. So the second Wednesday, which is July 12th, there is a Grow a Garden at home or on your balcony. There's free transportation. You can schedule your ride with Smart at 313-223-2100, extension 7873, no later than July 10th at 3 p.m. Next, on July 18th is the Senior Friendship Day. There is free transportation to the event. If you're interested, please call the senior department at 313-252-0050, extension 242, no later than July 5th at 3 p.m. Please do not call July 6th at 8 a.m., July 7th, July 10th, stating that you want to go. They are asking that you call by July 5th at 3 p.m. Reason being is because we have protocols that we have to make sure that we dot our I's and cross our T's with. So we need to make sure that we have enough transportation. And in order to do so, we need to have those RSVPs no later than July 5th. If it's after July 5th at 3 p.m., you can't go unless you are driving yourself. Okay. So if you're interested, please call again the senior department 313-252-0050, extension 242. And on July 19th, there is Wellness Wednesdays at the Highland Park Recreation Center from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. Registration is very limited. It is capped at about 20 people. So RSVP as soon as possible at the Say Detroit Family Clinic. And you can RSVP with, with Say Detroit Family Clinic at 586-345-0225. Free transportation is available, but you have to be sure to specify that you need a ride when you RSVP. Please, if you need a ride, make sure that you let her know when you RSVP, not after, but when you RSVP. And the last senior event for the month of July will be on the fourth Thursday, which is July 27th. There is a Hot Senior Day. Project Fresh is coming out, providing free fruit and vegetables from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. And then there will be a free lunch and raffle with gifts along with Wayne State University and Molina Mobile Health Clinic at the rec center from 10 to 3 p.m. So you stop, you get your Project Fresh, you pick up your fruits and vegetables, then you make your way over to the rec center to grab your free raffle, free lunch, and to participate in the mobile health clinic. So that is July 27th. Again, this list will go out via email and text update. So if you haven't signed up for it, please do so, because I don't want anyone to miss out on this information. I want to make sure that you know about it. And the way that I do that is sending it out via text and email. Also, it is posted on the social media pages for the City of Highland Park. So if you're not signed up, please go to the Facebook page and join. So the last thing I'm going to go over is the Meet Up and Eat Up, which will be held at the Ernest T. Ford Rec Center. So that is at 10 Pickens Street. Healthy food to fuel your summer, which is for free. Meals are served Monday through Thursday only. Starting June 26th which was 2 days ago, from until August 17th. So starting June 26th to August 17th, breakfast is served from 8:30 to 9:45, and lunch is served from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. And this program is only for the youth, 18 years and under only. All right. So this is the meet up and eat up at the rec center on 10 Pitkin. Again, meals are served Monday through Thursday. Started June 26th until August 17th. Breakfast is at 8:30 to 9:45. Lunch is served from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Program is for the youth. There are youth activities at the rec center. So please call for more information, 313-580-3208. Again, that number is 313-580-3208. So those are the events that I have for you today. Please sign up for text and email updates. Join the Facebook page. Reach out to the senior department because this information does go out, and I want to make sure that you participate in that. Again, you can sign up via the website www.highlandparkmi.gov. In the upper right hand corner, you will see the link for email updates. Please make sure that you sign up today if you haven't already to get this information in your text message or in your email. I don't spam. I don't send out information all the time. It's typically about 2 to 3 times a month, and that is it. So please sign up. And you have been watching the Highland Park Spotlight. I'm your host, Keisha B. Catch me in a couple of weeks. Next, I have the senior coordinator. She'll be joining me on the show. So stay tuned for that. And if you need any other information, feel free to reach out, info@highlandparkmi.gov. And I am signing off. Have a great rest of your day.